What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be giving you the top 10 loadouts you can be using right now in Call of Duty Warzone. Today we're going to be giving you the top 10 loadouts from one of the sites that I use the most, community.gg. This is not a sponsored post or anything like that. This is a perfectly free website that you can go use and find different metas and things like that. I do have a profile if you want to follow me over there. I'm constantly posting loadouts and stuff that I'm using right there on the site so that you guys can stay up to date, and being able to go into my Discord in the loadout section and just type exclamation point whatever loadout you want, and community will actually post in my Discord a loadout for that specific weapon. Pretty cool feature we do have in the Discord, so I highly suggest joining that. But we're going to go over the top 10 options you can be using right now based on this community website. They are kind of partnered in with True Game Data and get all of their analytics and game data from True Game Data as well. So if you're worried about something like that, you don't have to worry about it. I prefer using community because they do keep up to date pretty quickly, especially after something like patch notes come out and things like that. So that's what we're going to be doing today. If you enjoy this style of video, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that noti bell so you don't miss a video like this again. Let's get you these loadouts. All right, so like I said, this is my community page, community.gg/profile/ MrMarvelTV. You'll see it right up here. So you can join that and or follow that anytime you want. But we're gonna get into these loadouts here. So for number 5 overall, they have the Kilo 141. So we'll give you a loadout for that as well. And then for the number 5 SMG, right now they have the KSV. So right now for this Kilo, I'm running no optic on here. If you want the optic, feel free to take off the overpressured rounds and put the optic, but I'm running compensator muzzle. This gives you a huge buff to vertical recoil and a huge buff to recoil stabilization. That's recoil stabilization. That's recoil control while you're firing a weapon. Then we're rocking reinforced barrel here. This gives you a huge buff to damage range and bullet velocity. Then we're rocking the vertical foregrip that will give rid of pretty much any horizontal recoil control and give you a lot of recoil stabilization as well. Then we're rocking the extended mag 2. That'll give you a 60 round mag here. And then I'm rocking overpressured rounds, like I said. So that's you in the firing range here, but like I said, man, Kilo 141, absolutely insane when it comes to recoil control. Then for that KSV, I'm rocking compensator muzzle here. I think I'm going to rock the long barrel this time. Then we're rocking vertical foregrip, the extended mag 2, and then I'm rocking the quick draw grip, which will give you that aim down sight speed buff and a jumping aim down sight speed buff. That jumping aim down sight speed buff really helps if you're trying to jump around a corner maybe and fire at your enemy. Just really helps in that situation. Then I do like the KSV quite a bit. It has a great TTK. Next up for the long range, they have the AMAX at number 4 overall. So that's what we're going to give you there. And then at number 4 overall for the SMGs, or the close range meta, we have the SOG SMG. Now, these are great to mix and match. You may have your preference on which one you like more. I highly recommend these for sure. These are my top metas as well. So these are great options to use. For that AMAX, we're going to rock the compensator muzzle. Gives you that vertical recoil control and recoil stabilization. Now, this is something that's interesting to me. I think I actually just noticed this, but if you look over here on the right, see if I can take my camera out of sight here. If you look over here on the right, they added a recoil stabilization feature to this compensator, and they haven't had that there before. So I think that's very interesting. They added it to all the compensators, it looks like, from recoil stabilization to the porter compensator as well. Very interesting for sure. Then we have the reinforced barrel here, gives you a damage range and bullet velocity buff, the vertical foregrip, horizontal recoil control buff. Then we have the extended mag 2 and the overpressured rounds. Again, if you want an optic, take off the overpressure rounds, add the Volsky reflex sight. That's my favorite optic to use there. But the AMAX, definitely easily top 5 option, no problem at all. Absolutely love the AMAX. A lot of damage per mag there. Next up, remember they had the SOG SMG. I'm using the reinforced barrel here. You can use the long barrel if you want. I'm rocking vertical foregrip. This gives you a huge buff to horizontal recoil control. Then we're rocking extended mag 2, the quick draw grip, and then I like the light stock here. Gives you a huge buff to hip fire movement speed, a buff to movement speed, and a buff to strafing movement speed as well. So this one's here in the firing range, but absolutely love the SOG. The SOG is definitely, I think, besides the Lodger, I think the SOG's probably my favorite one to run. It just never ever steers me wrong, to be honest. All right, let's go back to our long range list here. They have the next long range, number 3 overall is the Cypher 91. And then number 3 overall for the SMG close range meta side of things, they have the MX9. For that MX9, I'm rocking Shadow Strike Suppressor. This is going to increase your damage range and bullet velocity, which I think is needed inside of this, especially for these Modern Warfare 3 weapons for sure. The extended mag gives you a 50 round mag. You definitely need that. Ruin Q900 grip for a little bit more sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. The FTAC C11 riser for more sprint to fire speed. And then the Chimera laser light is what I like to run because I like tac stance. That's my preference. If you like the iron sights, go with something like a stock that's going to give you more recoil control, something like that. Maybe a barrel to increase the damage range a little bit more, maybe for sniper support, or put an optic on here. Completely up to you. But I like this build quite a bit. I'll show this one to you in the firing range, but this is a very solid build. Like I said, I prefer tac stance because it gets rid of any kind of vertical recoil or like visual recoil. It's just there's no visual recoil when you put it in tac stance. I think that's an absolute great way to play. And then remember, they have the Cypher 91 as that 3rd overall option when it comes to the long range meta. And it's funny, I didn't get in a Twitter argument or anything, but I did. The owner or the CEO of Community and I went back and forth on Twitter about whether the the Cypher 91 was better than the AMAX at one point. And I kept telling him, I said, the Cypher 91 it just feels so much better than the AMAX for me. And sure enough, he has it listed as better than the AMAX now, and I agree. I think it's a little bit better than the AMAX, a little bit more consistent in my opinion, but to each their own. For the Cypher 91, I'm rocking mono suppressor. I like the reinforced barrel. Damage range and bullet velocity buff on there feels great. For the muzzle, if you like the compensator, go for it. Go for the compensator. I like the compensator too, for sure, but I just prefer the little bit more damage and damage range on this. With bump it out to 52 meters, I think it's just a little bit better. Vertical foregrip, again, the extended mag 2, and then I like the overpressured rounds here. For our number 2 overall long range option, he has the SWAT 556. Now this is the Grau conversion kit for the SWAT 556, and I think the reason that they have it here is strictly because of how easy it is to control the recoil. I don't think the damage is quite there as the stats would show, but the ease of use factor just outweighs any of these other ones in their eyes, which I could definitely see for somebody that plays a little bit more casual. 100% could see that. And then for the number 2 overall meta here, they have the Ladra, which I agree with. I think it's definitely a solid option, obviously very good, but I think compared to something like the C9, it's a little bit harder to use strictly because of how fast it shoots. It gets rid of ammo quick. It's like a better version of the PPSH basically. For that Ladra, I'm rocking compensator muzzle here. I'm not doing a barrel on it. I'm rocking a vertical foregrip for horizontal recoil control buff, extended mag 1 or extended mag 2, either one you want. The quick draw grip for sure. I'm rocking no stock here for sure. It looks like it has a stock on it, but it doesn't. It has the no stock on here. And you're not losing any kind of recoil control with no stock on there, so you don't have to be afraid of that. There's nothing about that there. It just has better movement statistics and stuff like that if you use no stock. I don't recommend using it at 25 meters, but you're rocking 10 meters here and 15 meters right there. Perfectly fine. And like I said, they are doing the Grau at number 2 overall. And like I said, that's why this is exactly why, because of how easy it is to control the recoil. And on top of that, if you strafe to the right only, the game just aims for you. I keep telling people this, but they don't believe me. If you go left here, the game won't aim for you. But look at that, locking on. Go left like this, the game's not going to aim for you. But if you go right, the game will just locks on. Look, that's so crazy to me. Now, once you start firing, you do have to control it. But if you're sitting here and you're controlling the recoil and it just keeps locking on, if you're going to the right, it's absolutely broken. So for that Grau, we're rocking the compensator muzzle, and then we're rocking that Grau conversion kit. You'll run the balance stock here, whatever stock honestly makes you comfortable. I like the strafing movement speed stock here, which is the balance stock for me. Completely up to you. Full auto extended mag's the only mag you can choose from, but it's 50 round mag and gives us a recoil stabilization buff, which is crazy. And then the vertical foregrip for way less horizontal recoil control as well. Now, the number 1 option they have completely overall is the Krieg C. 100% agree. It's the most picked right now too. Absolutely love the Krieg C for sure. And then the top option they have here is the C9. It's the number 1 most picked as well. Everybody's running C9, Krieg C. So if you're not running those, and you're losing a lot of gunfights, that's probably wise, because you're just not using those top options, which sucks, man. I just feel like, but not that there's not any other thing competitive. Like these top 5 options are great, but something like a sniper or something like that, they need to buff the snipers a little bit more, I think, to be more compared to the HDR, those kinds of things. As far as SMGs goes, you have a lot to choose from. As far as TTK goes, these top, like honestly almost top 8 have about the same TTK, just under 600, so you're good there. The SMG meta is in a pretty good spot, but these are really in a good spot too, except for the kilo. I think the kilo is just a little slow when it comes to the TTK, just my opinion, but it is chosen a lot more. I'm surprised it shows how like the 3.7% pick right here. I feel like that should be more, but I could be wrong. But everybody's using the Grau and everybody's using the Krig C. It seems like 6.9 is pretty high when it comes to the pick rate, so that's interesting, but the Krig C is by far the best. And I agree, I absolutely agree. For the Krig C, I'm rocking Volsky reflex sight. I like the ported compensator muzzle here. Compensator's just fine. Then we're rocking the reinforced barrel, the vertical foregrip, the extended mag 1 or extended mag 2. I don't like the extended mag 2, it just feels heavy to me. Extended mag 1 is my preference, 45 round mag, but you get a 70 with the extended mag 2, so to each their own. So this one's here in the firing range, but absolutely broken. Very little recoil as well. So good. Then for the C9, I'm rocking the compensator muzzle. I like the long barrel here for sure, the Ranger foregrip, the extended mag 2, and then the ergonomic grip. This thing feels phenomenal. Lot of fun to run. C9 still feels incredible. They buffed it, which is still crazy to me. Season 4 drops this next week, so be prepared for that. We'll have a meta change, I'm sure, because we have a new SMG coming, and then we have the FFAR dropping again, which is going to be a lot of fun. Cannot wait. So we'll see what happens. Thank you guys again for watching. If you enjoyed this style of video, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that noty bell so you don't miss another video like this or like one of these. We'll see you in the next one.